Jack Nicklaus, America's Golden Bear, the greatest golfer and some would say the greatest sportsman of all time. On January 21st, Nicklaus qualified to play on the senior tour. He celebrated his 50th birthday.
I haven't been 50 long enough to know whether it bothers me yet. I didn't feel any different than I did the day before when I was 49, and hopefully I convinced myself that really it was just another day. I'm sure that, and I'm sort of trying to take the philosophy that age is only a number.
Nicklaus has just played his first senior tournament in Hawaii, where he lined up with three other all-time golfing greats.
I can't believe that ball went over.
Lee Trevino, Arnold Palmer, and Gary Player.
Only just. Thank you, Jack.
It was in 1962 that Nicklaus burst onto the scene, winning the US Open and the Masters the following year. But the early 60s were the heyday of Arnold Palmer. Arnie's army hated to see their hero lose, especially to the new boy in town. The youngster from Ohio perhaps found it difficult to cope with the sneers and the jeers. With his unflattering crew cut and chunky frame, he was given the nickname Ohio Fats. It may have hurt, but it didn't stop him winning major championships. By the early 70s, Jack Nicklaus had won over the golfing world. His impeccable sportsmanship, both in victory and defeat, and his generosity to opponents, galleries, and the media, became the yardstick by which others were judged. And it was in the 70s that he played in what's generally reckoned to be one of the greatest ever majors, the 1977 Open Championship. Nicklaus and his great rival Tom Watson were matched shot for shot in the final round. But with that putt on the 17th, Nicklaus went one behind. On the 18th, Watson played from the middle of the fairway. The ball landed less than 2 feet from the hole, and he looked assured of the title. Nicklaus, though, refused to admit defeat. And Watson's short putt was looking less of a formality. Watson's nerve held to give him victory. One man's title, they said, but two men's championship. However, the following year at St Andrews, Nicklaus bounced back and won his third Open Championship. As a professional, he's competed in 112 majors and won 18 of them, and it could have been more. He's also been second 18 times and third 9 times. He's also the only man ever to have won golf's Grand Slam 3 times. In all, he's collected 89 titles worldwide. The great golfer Bobby Jones once said, "Mr. Nicklaus plays a game with which I am not familiar." And over the years, the Golden Bear has produced some truly memorable golf. But it was his performance in the 1986 Masters which gives him his greatest memories.
throughout most of my career, I expected to win when I played, and the other players expected me to win. The public and the press expected me to win, and none of those four expected me to win in '86.
Nicklaus hadn't won a major in 6 years, but in the greatest fairy tale ending in the history of golf, Jack Nicklaus, at the age of 46, became the oldest winner of the Masters. That victory effectively marked the end of Nicklaus's involvement in the majors. But the Seniors Tour is providing a new challenge, and that sense of competition is all important to Nicklaus.
I've always been a competitive person. I've had a lot of trouble the last couple of years on the regular tour being just good enough to be competitive, good enough not to embarrass myself, but not good enough to be able to win. And that's always, it's a middle road, and it's just really drives me crazy. Now, whether I can do that and come out in the Senior Tour, I don't really know. I haven't been able to figure that out yet.
For any young hopefuls wishing to become the next Jack Nicklaus, the formula for success is simple.
I became obsessed with wanting to be the best I could at golf. And you know, that's been an exciting thing in my life, is to try to be the best I could at what I've done.